Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. We are Wednesday, June 18th, 2025, and I've got the latest wave of Boss Fight Studio Saurozoic Warriors here, which are 118 scale, but that's well, they say 112 scale or sometimes 118 scale. Is sort of an awkward in between scale. They're actually too small for 118 if they're dinosaurs, but they are bigger than 118 scale figures, and they're too small for 112 scale if they are dinosaurs, but they would work with 112 figures just looking a bit small, most of them. I do like the first two waves, particularly the first wave. This wave is a lot more hit and miss. The plastic, particularly on the weapons, is not as high quality. I think it is brand new, picks up second hand. This guy's got an issue with this arm here is actually his right arm. He's got two right arms. And then this one here, the Raptor figure, the Sokudu Legion figure, his joints in his legs or ankles are so weak it often falls over. Got them second hand. I'm got them complete except for the one on the far right. That's the colleague shipbreaker, the Brontosaurus Viking. He is missing his little pink gun. But other than that, I believe they are complete. I should point out actually that these might actually be prototypes, and I tell you why. I need to see if any of the reviews are around, because this guy here, this part that plugs in, should have a handle like a Tomfa. His one doesn't have a handle, and there's no broken part that I saw, but I will check again in a moment. They look great. The colours are a bit out there, but actually they're very nice looking figures. But again, the plastic is not as high quality as the first two releases. So let's get a close look first of all. So we look at the first one. This is Fuan, the pterodactyl warrior monk, who I think is probably one of the better looking ones of the bunch. Looks pretty cool. Can take off his little hat there. See, there's very nicely done pterodactyl face. I think they've done a particularly good job on that. He's got this, I'll call it a club or a cudgel or something here. And you see, if you look on the actual handle, this bottom part, it comes in two pieces. This bottom part here, there's nothing broken on that. And that is where there should be a handle coming out somewhere around here to make it into a Tomfa. Also, this part here is different to the actual press releases. So whether it is a prototype or they change it for final release, I'm not sure. He also has very cool, because it's a free section like nunchuck or free section staff joined by chains, which fits on his back there, and that is so good way that it pops in. They've done such a great job on that, and that is pretty damn awesome looking as well. And then we have the figure itself. Here is now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at each figure and articulation as I go along. Otherwise, it's have to keep coming back. So he looks great. This almost looks like soft goods, but it's not. He, I think, is probably my highlight of this and the Brontosaurus. Okay, so he has a left and a right. From the head, he has a left and a right. And he can turn and forwards backwards. Neck is left and right, forwards, backwards, and turn too. And his mouth opens particularly wide. Arms, this one should go all around very easily. This one, the sculpting on the cloak there sort of gets in the way and changes a little bit. My only issue really with this is that if you repaint it, because it's not even, you have to keep that, or you have to keep his same clothes on. Bicep bends be slightly different each arm. So this one is over 90 degrees. His left arm is about 90. Hands are all on wave articulation on these figures, and they can turn. Oh, I'm telling a lie. He's got gun articulation. Why do I get wave articulation from? Both his arms are gun articulation. He has trunk. There's no trunk, just waist, forwards, backwards, side to side, and turn. Hips, not bad. He's a warrior monk, so he's getting a pretty damn good splits. Not a bit ugly underneath, but it's hidden by the sculpting and the clothes. See, this guy's ankles are weak. But the problem is, because they're not soft goods, his forwards is quite restrictive, and his backwards is quite restrictive too. It's a quite stiff single kneecap. He's not even... Yes, slightly under 90 degrees, not really enough. His foot, he's got a very good dorsiflexation. He's got a super good tippy toe as well. The foot, though, wants to pop out of the joint, so just be careful on that. And then he's got the inwards and outward swivel. I think he's pretty damn fantastic. I think the hat looks really good the way they've done that. And I think the head sculpt is absolutely fantastic on him. Now, as I said, this plastic is a lot softer on the weapons than previously. This one here is, you can look at that, that's just ridiculous. Is a prime example. So I'm a bit disappointed in the weapons. But you know that we did know that like even the second wave of Caught the Dead that Boss Fight Studios did the second wave, the plastic was noticeably lower quality. It does have some advantage when it's bendy, things don't break as easily, but we want to have the well, I personally, don't you guys agree, one of the slightly higher quality feeling plastic, which is slightly harder. Okay, let's put him back up there. Okay, we'll go for number 2. This is the name is Yavik Mossa. He's a Mosasaurus, and he's the underwater assault. Let's move our Raptor out of the way. This is one I've got with 2 right arms. I knew it was like this when I purchased it, but you know what? It's cheap, so I thought I'd get it. If I really like him, I'll get another one. I think he looks like this, absolutely really quite good. Primed for a nice repaint, though there is an issue with the head, I think, which we'll look at in a second. So he comes with 2 of these knives. They do come out of the sheaths, 2 like this, the same. Really quite. These knives actually look really nice. They're quite stiff because it's a different plastic. He's got this nice gun here, but again, it's so bendy. Obviously needs a repaint. You can put, I'm assuming, the gun on his back. As far as I know, it doesn't come with anything else. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, appears to be it. So I'm not sure how that gun fits in his back. Maybe like that or something. I haven't actually done that yet. Okay, that works quite well. So the gun can go on the back. On the back. Very, very nicely indeed. Now the mask comes off. You can, this plastic's quite stiff. Unplug it from the chest piece and then, there we go. And one thing I don't like that face. It's too cartoony for my liking. I don't, even a repaint I think will struggle to fix that. And I've got some paint slippage here maybe, and or maybe lacking the other side, I don't know. Or it's a nose ring, not particularly nicely done one. So articulation, up, down, side to side, and sort of a swivel. He can open his mouth quite far. Done a pretty good job on that. I would have painted the tongue red or maybe orange. I won't show this arm, but arms will go all the way around. He gets flat. His bicep bend. He's a very chunky boy, not even 90 degrees. His hands are also gun articulation. What was I getting away from? Okay, this hand here is the wave articulation. I also got an issue with this hand where it's missing part of the wedge part that keeps it in place. Again, he's got waist, forwards, backwards, side to side and turn. Hips, not bad for a very chunky boy. Forwards and backwards are okay. You can, I think, yeah, you can take this vest off if you wanted to. Then it looks a bit funny. Small kneecaps, not very far. And again, the feet, okay, dorsiflexation. Very good tippy toe, but you can't actually stand up like that. And also, if you get this knife in the way, he's not going to get anywhere near as good as he can be. There you go. And again, he has a swivel in and out. There's no thigh turn, but you can swivel a little bit from the waist with these. I'll keep his mask off so you can get a look at his face, and I'll stick him back up in a second. And what I'll do, I'll make him hold one of his knives instead of his gun, just to see how he holds that. Okay, so he's not bad. I quite like him. But his accessory at the way, and his helmet is pretty damn good. Shame it's not a standard fit for other size figures, just specifically for him, because it's actually a good fit. Almost looks like you could almost cut those off and you get yourself a nice spacecraft. I think his accessory is loose. I might actually get that again. That is really a spacecraft waiting to happen. There we go. Things we noticed. Okay, we come to our next one. This is our Raptor. So again, this is a Sukudu Legion, the Raptor Samurai, who does look pretty good with the hat. or the helmet I should say. But the issue is, as you saw, he'll fall over by himself. So he comes with this gun here, which again looks actually really quite nice. His finger fits in the trigger, but look how bendy that is. And that handle is like, the rest is still bendy, but not quite as bad. He's got like a missile attached there too. Not as good, but I love the look of that gun. That looks so sci-fi. That'll work if you want 12 scale figures. He comes with 2 swords. Oops, his head turning around there. Take his helmet off this time. Both, you have to fit them both inside these little sheaths there. But you've got, don't pull that, the scabbard out, pull the sword out. You've got a shorter one here, which looks really quite nice. Again, very bendy. You've got a longer one here, which looks nice. Again, very bendy. You really want to do some paint work on the handles. And then that's it for his accessories. You can again take off the armor pieces if you want. So articulation, just wish his ankles were stiffer. Head, he's got a separate head to neck, so side to side, turning up, down. His jaw does open, but it's actually quite hard to get your finger there because it shuts very nicely. Oh my word. There we go. Opens quite far. Done a very nice job with the tongue. Neck moves as well. Shoulders all the way around. Lateral raise. If the armor's not there, you can get to 90 easily. Bicep bend, very small. Again, if the armor is, so I can turn the armor around. If the, is that armor molded on? I hope not. The armor appears to be molded on. This arm's, maybe I'm wrong. This arm, it's not in the way. He gets about 90. His hands, he has wave articulation in his right and gun articulation in his left. Trunk falls backwards, turns side to side. Legs, quite far, long legs, pretty impressive. Forwards is okay. Backwards is small, but okay. Together looks pretty damn good. He's got a knee bend here, which gets quite far, but it needs to be stiffer. This ankle bend is, the first ankle bend here is the real problem. It's too weak. Then he's got another one here as well. He does get a sort of boot turn from that joint. He gets the swivel of the foot as well as the tippy toe and the dorsiflexation. So even though he's got potential to have the best articulation in his legs, because there's so many joints and they're quite weak, he tends to fall over, as we saw. As for holding his swords, let's give it a go. Let's do a long sword here and a short sword in the other hand. He holds them pretty well. But again, it's just really that ankles that aren't great. Can I fit these guys in one of my my main sci-fi universe? I'd have placed them, but there is so much work done to most of them, especially from this wave 3. And if we go to our last one, the Brontosaurus guy, who looks pretty cool, and that is our colleague Shipbreaker. I think he looks super menacing. Who I'm missing the little pistol from, but am I missing it? I don't think I had it on him. Looks pretty good. Helmet comes off. Let's get a better focus. Quite nice. I love the fact that it does. He can look through it with his eyes. I think that is awesome. Has this axe here again. The plastic is quite bendy. Not too bad in this axe. Axe is pretty well done. Work well with 1/12 scale figures. Obviously a lot of paintings. He's got some paint rub on this. Also blue from the actual hand coming off. What colour is it underneath? Can I say? Oh no, it's got the pink. You've got this shield with a whopping great big handle, which needs to be painted on this side here. This side needs painting as well, but it's all right. The cloak can come off. The armour can come off. He's got a space here where you can store his or hold his axe like this, which looks pretty cool. And then another space there, which I assume would be for the gun, or maybe that's the axe and they're going to go over the place, but I haven't got the actual gun. Then articulation, his head, up, down. He can turn, he can go side to side. He can open. You see the joint when it open, it looks okay. There we go. He has the neck, forwards, backwards, side to side, and turn again. Shoulders all the way around. Lateral raise is over 90. Bicep bend is around about 90, pretty cool. His hands turn, he's got wave articulation on one and wave articulation on the other. He's got a no waist, he's got sort of a trunk. Not really a forwards backwards, though he can turn, but he has got a side to side. Legs, not so far. Forwards and backwards is pretty bad because there's sculpting here and it's quite a thick plastic material. Knee bend, however, is nearly 90 degrees. And he's got a no boot turn, but he can swivel in and out a little bit. He's got a small tippy toe, small dorsiflexation. The feet are quite wide, so he does actually stand up quite easily. And if you've got his cloak on, because it's quite tough and hard, I just slip it over his head again. You can actually have him leaning back, and the cloak will help support his weight. If you get it right, there we go. So the cloak is helping him support him to fall over in a second, I'm sure. Boom. So the cloak can be used to help in some action poses. These are not bad figures, sort of figures I'd love if I was younger. I do like this line, especially wave 1 and wave 2. But this wave 3 is not really particularly doing it for me. I think it's a combination of colours, and really I just feel so let down by the legs here. And the styling, I'm not really into this style. This styling's okay, but the face doesn't really do it for me. This one, the Brontosaurus guy, the colleague shipbreaker, I kind of like that, but again, it's the colours. Okay, let's do a quick size check, and then we'll do a comparison, or a couple of comparisons. So we go from left to right, go to the top of the figure. So he is around about 6.5 inches, or around 16 cm. Our blue one here is around about 15.5 cm, around 6 inches. Top of the helmet on our Raptor is about 6.75 inches, around 17 and maybe 17.5 cm. And our Brontosaurus guy here, we see top of the helmet is around about 7 inches, around about 18 cm. They're probably around about both 18 cm. Okay, so let's do some comparisons. So they don't really put this scale on them, but they were being sort of touted in the wave 1 of being 118, and some people said 112. They're sort of an in-between scale. Probably work better with your smaller sort of 5.5 inch figures like your original your Master Universe figures and whatnot. So let's scale with a 112 scale first. If I move him out to the side slightly, I've got next to me on my table here Abomination, a Marvel. I don't know if he's a Bath. Yeah, I think it's a Bath. Yeah, Bath figure. So he's quite a big Bath. And you see that these guys actually fit in with him quite well, but even the colours, because of his green. So that is pretty cool. If I take him out, I get a normal size 112 scale figure. So I get one I use most of the time is the Shang-Chi sort of Death Dealer figure. It's not a great figure by any stretch of imagination, but it's just good for doing comparisons. And, you know, they can work with 112 scale, just that they look a bit strange in those colours, but they can work. If we go to 118 scale figure, so, no, I wouldn't do it. I'll keep to their same line first of all. So I'll go to one of their Wave 2 figures. This is Seth Rassan, who's a decent figure, better plastic on these ones. And you can see how they scale well with another Saurozoic figure. He's a pretty cool figure. And then what I'll do, I'll go to a Joy Toy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Triceratron Infantry, is that what they're called? They're Joy Toy dinosaurs, which are pretty damn fantastic. And you see that they scale pretty well together. They're the Joy Toy ones coming from that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe have a far more gritty, I want to say realistic, not realistic, far more real world sort of paint job. That's probably better for saying it. And then maybe we'll do a 118 scale figure comparison. Which figure shall I use? I'll use my Fortnite AIM custom because he's just in a drawer by me here. Regular 118 scale. Well, yeah, I guess they can be classed as 118 scale, but 112 they're definitely on the smaller side. Nice figures. I prefer Wave 1 or Wave 2. My favourite from this bunch is definitely this guy here. So definitely for me, I would say that he is the better one. This Fuan, the warrior monk, and also on the end, colleague shipbreaker. Then also he's okay, but it's the face I think ruins it for him. But it does look pretty cool when he's got his little mask on, which I'm gonna look for a spell because again, that'll make a great spaceship. If you take these out and find something to for the bottom, that's literally a spaceship with a tiny scale sort of figures, I think. But you know, it's just me being a bit whatever. Decent figures. Okay, this is Awesome Match Toys. I'm signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe, check out the Patreon. I will see you in another video very soon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.